Today we will be conversing over the oil in Iraq. This presentation was brought to you by John Yurtis, Jarvis Houston, Mylon Perrin, Nathan Harvey, Mark Frederick, and Ian McKenzie. This is our table of contents. We're going to be talking about the overview of oil in Iraq, the background of Iraq, main companies associated with the oil in Iraq, the production of oil and natural gas, the consumption, the issues that they are facing with their government, flaring of natural gas, as well as the future of oil in Iraq. First, we'll talk about the location. Iraq is located between Turkey and Saudi Arabia, just east of the Mediterranean Sea, as you can see by our pictures depicted. On the left is a picture of panned out of the world, and the right is a close-up to show you exactly the surrounding countries. Some demographic statistics. Iraq's population is at an all-time high at 32.58 million people and is steadily growing. The official language of Iraq is Arabic. Continuing on with the demographic statistics, the majority of the population follow the Islamic faith, and the population consists of about a 50-50 split of males and females. This is a list of the main oil companies in Iraq. Consists of Exxon, Total, Chevron, and Shell. Here's a look at a chart we found about the production of oil and natural gas. States the oil developments in Kirkuk, Baghdad, West Korna, and Ramallah sit on top of a supergiant oil fields, each containing at least 5 billion barrels in reserve. And here's some statistics on the left about the amount of oil produced, as well as an image on the right of the different places. In all, Iraq produces 2,986,640 barrels of oil per day and 2,983,330 barrels of crude oil per day. This is a chart that shows the imports of Iraq of crude oil, which, as you can see, at about 1990 increased to a significant amount and now is steadily declining. Now we'll talk a little bit about the consumption of oil in Iraq. The oil consumption is about 694,000 barrels per day. This is total oil consumed in barrels per day. Discrepancy between the amount of oil produced and or imported and the amount consumed and or exported is due to omission of stock changes, refinery gains, and other complicating factors. Now we'll talk a little bit about the government issues. The Kurdistan Regional Government, the KRG, has official power over the drilling operations in Iraq. The lack of agreement between the KRG and the Northern Iraq oil companies causes controversy in the country's oil industry. Sorry. This is a picture that depicts an official in Iraq, meaning to represent the controversy between the KRG and the oil companies. Now we're going to talk a little bit about flaring natural gas. In Iraq, the majority of natural gas is flared. In 2010, Iraq was fourth in the world in flaring natural gas, and officials in Iraq are trying to reduce the amount of flaring and have been successful, increasing the production of from 81 billion cubic feet per year in 2003 to about 660 billion cubic feet per year in 2011, which is a significant increase. This is I have pictures of
This
video
is a satellite image of natural
of
gas
flaring
flaring
in
in
Iraq.
Iraq. As you can
Satellite
see,
image
that natural gas is
displays
flaring
quite a bit
over
of flaring
wide areas of Iraq.
going on in this general area. The future of the oil in Iraq is obviously promising. The government issues can be resolved, and if so, Iraq's oil production could skyrocket. Here's a chart showing the future crude oil production, which, as you can see, in 2020 is predicted to be considerably high towards this end. And to close, nearly half of the known reserves in Iraq have not yet started producing oil, which proves the ability for them to expand as an industry.